Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, always about the goal. Here's the 7 lessons we can learn from the geese. Number 1, sharing a common goal. As each goose flaps its wings, it creates uplift and aerodynamics orientation that reduces air friction for the birds that follow. By flying in a V formation, the whole flock achieves a 70% greater flying range than if each bird flew alone. Lesson: people who share a common direction and goal can get where they are going quicker and with less effort because they benefit from the momentum of the group moving around them. Make sure your team is aligned towards a common goal. Number 2, increasing visibility. Flying in a V formation increases the visibility as every goose can see what's happening in front of them. The lesson here is to make our organizations visible in both org chart directions. Having top-down visibility enables leaders to stay connected with the edges of the organization to make better informed decisions. Bottom-up visibility enables teams to see the bigger picture, engages them, and empowers them to better align themselves with the organizational objectives. If we have as much sense as a goose, we will stay in formation, joining those heading in the direction we want to go. The sense of community emerges with a willingness to work as a team. Not only is it more efficient, the flock together has better visibility of its surroundings and is more visible as a collective. Number 3, having humility to seek help. When a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feels the friction flying alone. It then quickly adjusts its mistake and moves back into the formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately in front of it. Lesson: be humble to admit the challenges we face and to seek help as soon as we get stuck. This humility will enable you and your team to move faster and achieve more. If we have the sense of a goose, we will openly and confidently acknowledge when we need help and gratefully accept the support that is offered, and will fly harder to stay up with the flock so we can all go longer distances with ease. Number 4, empowering others to lead. When the lead goose in the front gets tired, it rotates back into the formation and allows another goose to take the leadership position. Lesson: empower others to also lead. Micromanaging and keeping tight control will burn you out. It will also disengage and demotivate others around you. People have unique skills, capabilities, and gifts to offer. Give them autonomy, trust, and a chance to shine, and you will be surprised with the outcomes. Number 5, always recognizing great work. The geese honk to recognize each other and encourage those up front to keep up their speed. Lesson: make sure we praise people and give them the recognition they deserve. Lack of recognition is one of the main reasons team members are unsatisfied at work and quit. It's very common for people's efforts to go unnoticed by their peers in a busy and fast-moving work environment. However, remembering to constantly provide recognition and encouragement is vital, and it keeps teams motivated to achieve their goals. Number 6, offering support in challenging times. When a goose gets sick or wounded, 2 geese drop out of the formation and follow it down to help and protect it. They stay with it until it dies or is able to fly again. Then, they launch out with another formation or catch up with the flock. Lesson: standing by each other in difficult times. It's easy to always be part of winning teams, but when things get difficult and people are facing challenges, that's when your teammates need you the most. If we have the sense of a goose, we will stand by each other when things get rough, and we will willingly take the support and guidance that's an offer. Number 7, staying committed to core values and purpose. The geese migration routes never vary. They use the same route year after year. Even when the flock members change, the young learn the route from their parents. In the spring, they will go back to the spot where they were born. Lesson: stay true to our core values and purpose.
Good morning, everyone. This is Teacher Arlene, your host for today's episode. I am right here in this beautiful playing ground of the 62-year-old Sienna College, Quezon City. I serve as the first lady in the college department, and I have been teaching hospitality and tourism management programs for 8 years. I am your host, and for the next hour, we are proud to share with you different and exciting insights on how to learn and develop skills through active engagement in sports from our experts. If within the confines of this classroom, we teach positive values and life skills that are essential to a good and productive living, it is only in the playing grounds like the basketball court, volleyball court, and the gym where we experience and practice positive values and life skills.
We are excited to check what's in the mind of the young generation.
Hello everyone, I'm Merly Marcos Dagan. I'm from Enrile, Cagayan. I studied at Cagayan State University and I'm a player of Taekwondo. Since I was a kid, I always dream about being a player of Taekwondo. But they always bullied me about my height, my weight, and I can't do it. That's ruined my sports life. And I changed it into badminton, table tennis, etc. That makes me feel better when I want to play this and this. But then again, I realized to pursue my dream about being a player of Taekwondo. And then, when I came into second year college, that's the time that I entered the team of Taekwondo in Cagayan Campus, Cagayan State University. Nung pumasok akong maging kolehiyo sa Cagayan State University, gusto kong tapusin yung pangarap ko, gusto kong ma-pursue. At sa pagiging atleta, nahubog ko ang aking sarili kung paano mag-isama sa kapwa ko atleta. Nahubog ko din ang sarili ko kung paano maipanalo ang isang laban na walang violence na nangyayari para hindi masira yung image mo as a player. Bilang isang atleta, natutunan ko na hindi mo makakamit ang isang tagumpay nang hindi mo pinaghihirapan. Hindi madali ang aming karanasan, mapaensayo man o totoong laban. I'm so blessed and thankful for the Human Kinetics family for unstoppable support and giving us advice to become a good player. And to my coach na andyan lagi para sumuporta at magbigay ng payo upang maging isang ganap na atleta.
I am Sienna Felipe, 8-time student athlete. 4 years po akong naging regional player noong high school but eventually hanggang regionals lamang po. Kaya po dito po ako nag-decide na mag-enroll sa Center of Sports here in the Region 2 which is the Cagayan State University. At dito ko po nakamit ang pangarap ko na maging regional player. Ang sports ko po ay arnis, also known as the pambansang laro ng Pilipinas. Sa tinagal-tagal ko pong naglaro ng arnis ay marami po akong lessons na natutunan katulad na lamang po ng pagiging responsible, disiplinado, pagkakaroon ng firm decision, pag-consider ng ibang mga tao at sportsmanship. Di lamang po para sa sarili ko kundi para din po sa team ko. Dahil sa team po, salitang team, walang letter I. Sama-sama po kaming aangat, sabay-sabay po kaming lalakas, at sama-sama po kaming magbibigay ng pride, honor, and glory sa school na nire-represent po namin, at sabay-sabay din po namin i-achieve yung goal namin na makatungtong sa nationals. At isa rin pong natutunan ko ay yung pag-accept ng pagkatalo. Hindi lamang po palaging panalo ako, kundi natatalo rin po ako. Hirap po ako dating matanggap yon, pero as time passes by, natutunan ko po siyang i-overcome dahil hindi lahat ng pagkakataon ay pabor sa akin. Kailangan ko rin pong madapa upang matuto ako at babangon ako para mas lalo akong lumakas at maging handa sa next na laro or laban ng buhay. Sa tinagal-tagal ko po sa sports ay nagpapasalamat po ako dahil naging athlete po ako, dahil sa mga lessons na ito ay ito po ang nagde-determine sa kung ano ako at kung ano yung narating ko ngayon.
Since I was a kid, I was really seen as, pwede to isabak sa sports, and given my height and physique. And happily since then, I was looking forward to it na and started joining sports. I have tried track and field and badminton, which sadly made me think they weren't for me. And then I tried out the softball and was luckily accepted. From there, I was pretty amazed how it can do or undo an athlete. I have seen so much characters and of athletes that impose good and bad. And on the bright side, I used those illustrations as lessons to carry the good and not to imitate the bad. Then college came. Thankfully, I was accepted again to our department softball team and eventually the campus team, which really made me feel blessed. We see it's really amazing how sports can positively change an athlete's life as long as he or she values and embraces his or her sport and everything about it. Just like my sport, softball, being the team's catcher, it's really amusing that my pitcher's pitch balls taught me to focus and try my hardest to catch it whatever happens or whatever the hindrances are. And batting really taught me to choose your ball and also be wise how you should bat it. In life, despite all the negatives, our focus to our goals should not be swept off, and we should keep on trying to pursue them as much as we can. And always choose your battles just like the pitch balls to a batter. You do not get to bat all the pitch balls. You only choose what you think is worth batting. Softball has taught me so much valuable lessons, especially that it is a team sport which you should not only rely on yourself but to the whole team, the coaches and everyone. It pays to trust yourself, but it would be more rewarding if you've built a firm bond between each other. The team effort, hard work, and commitment. That mostly is the team's key to victory.
We all know that sports help us maintain a healthy lifestyle and our overall well-being. They also help us prevent getting sicknesses and diseases. The sport that I used to play when we still had face-to-face classes was soccer. It gave me lots of opportunities and taught me skills such as teamwork, perseverance, decision-making, sportsmanship, and working under pressure, which I still apply to my daily life. It helped me learn to weather the ups and downs of life, anticipate opportunities, and how to work with my peers to solve problems. Soccer in high school shaped my identity by making me socially active and open-minded about diversity. This sport has guided me in many ways to become the person I am now. It has shown me how to be much more cooperative and open with others.
Before we move on, we would like to invite you to relax and listen to another exciting kwento of Commissioner Celia Kiram.
Ang aking ibabahaging kwento sa inyo ngayon ay ang mga nakakawiling kaalaman tungkol sa physical education. Ang kasanayan ng physical na edukasyon ay nagsimula pa noong sinaunang Greece sa humigit kumulang 380 BC. Binanggit ni Plato ang physical na edukasyon sa mga republic na nagsasaad na dalawang uri ng edukasyon ang kinakailangang ito ay turuan ang isip at turuan ang katawan. Alam niyo ba na ang gymnastics ay ang uri ng edukasyong pisikal na itinuro sa sinaunang Greece? Pinatunayan na mahalaga ang pisikal na edukasyon sapagkat ito ay isang pangangailangan sa pagsasanay na parehong sundalong Greek at atleta. Ito ay malaking papel sa pag-unlad ng lipunang Greek. Nakakawiling kaalaman naman na ang ama ng modernong pisikal na edukasyon ay si Friedrich Ludwig John. Alam niyo ba na ang 1987 Philippine Constitution, Republic Act 14 Section 19, ang nagsasaad na itataguyod ng Estado ang pisikal na edukasyon at hikayatin ang mga programang pampalakasan sa mga kompetisyon sa liga, kabilang ang pagsasanay para sa kompetisyon sa international upang mapalakas ang disiplina sa sarili, pagtutulungan at kahusayan para sa pagpapaunlad ng isang malusog at alerto na mamamayan. Diyan nagwawakas ang kwento tungkol sa physical edukasyon. Muli, ito ang inyong Commissioner Kiram na walang sawang maghahatid ng kwentong kababaihan, kwento para sa kaalaman at karunungan sa sport.
Not at your best? You may be dehydrated. You need Pocari Sweat. It replaces the electrolytes you've lost and helps you perform at your best. Be at your best with Pocari Sweat. Pocari Sweat.
To share with us valuable personal experiences on how sports have contributed to life skills, we have invited a pride of the North in the field of sports and sports science. Assistant Professor Darwin Tuliao from the College of Human Kinetics in Cagayan State University. Professor Darwin used to serve as program coordinator for the graduate school in physical education at the Taipei American School in Taiwan. He finished a master's degree of sports coaching science in the Chinese Culture University of Taiwan. He is a certified group suspension training specialist, a certified sport tape kinesiology taping practitioner, a licensed professional teacher, and an accredited International Amateur Athletics Federation Level 1 National Technical Official and Coach for Athletics. Let's welcome a multi-medalist Cagayanon in athletics, both local and international. Take it away, Professor Darwin.
Hi po, Sir Darwin. Ako po si Donabel from Zamboanga, Sibugay. Mayroon po akong isang anak na babae na gusto ko rin po na lumaki siya na may alam sa atleta. Kayo po, Sir Darwin, kailan at paano po kayo nagsimulang mag-sport?
Way back when I was grade 4 and started competing, I continued playing my sports until high school when I reached Palarong Pambansa. This gave me the opportunity when a coach scouted me, invited me to play in one of the most prestigious university in the Philippines.
Hello, Professor Tuliao. This is from Eugenia Laan. What are the opportunities that you got and the life skills that you have learned from your engagement in sports?
There's a lot of window of opportunities open while I'm playing into my sports. Because of sports, I was given a full scholarship in the University of Santo Tomas, and I am very grateful because this helps my academic foundation, especially in teaching as my profession. When I studied in University of Santo Tomas, I played in the University Athletic Association of the Philippines, or the UAAP, and also competed in different international competitions such as the ASEAN University Games in 2008. And aside from the scholarship that I got from my undergraduate, because of sports also, after I graduated in UST, when I played in Philippine National Open in Bacolod, an American coach actually who happens to watch me play invited me to play in Taiwan for a full scholarship. And because of these sports, again, I got a free scholarship to study, and this is the reason why I got my master's degree in sports coaching science in Chinese Culture University in Taiwan. With my experience as an athlete and as the degree I earned in my undergraduate and in my master's degree, this actually helps my future profession, okay? Especially in the academe. After I graduated in Taiwan, there's an opportunity which led me to be part of the academe, especially here in Cagayan State University when I was employed in the College of Human Kinetics to be the instructor. So here, as part of the being part of the academe, it helps my skill, okay, in sports, especially yung competitive, because we know that in sports you need to be competitive, right? So that instills me in the academe, because you have to, as a competitive athlete before, you have to be dedicated and so much time and smart ways to become a champion or at the top shape. So I need to learn my sports and how my body reacts with my training and exercise. So in relation to life as a teacher in the university, I need to be updated with my topics, okay? Because learning is a continuous process. That's why up to now, I need to read and learn new things in relation to my expertise, just to keep me updated. And being an athlete, it instills me that competitive in a good way, right? In everything that I do, I need to be at my best, either in my profession as a teacher or as a coach, okay? I need to be competitive. With my background of being an athlete before, I was also given the opportunity to become coach in our university. Okay? As a coach in the university, especially in athletics, we have different disciplines or specializations. So we have, sa athletics kasi, we have running, jumping, and throwing. So this coach, as another responsibility aside from teaching in the university, it develops my relationship skill with people. Okay, this developed my relationship skill with people. It taught me actually to be. It taught me well on how to handle different personalities, different kind of needs, because types of people, and we know the fact as a coach that we may have a different roles. Maybe some you can be, at sometimes you can be a motivator, yeah, a friend, counselor, or even manager at some time, etc. So in sports, I can say that relationship is very critical. Okay, that's why this aspect shapes me a better as a person, okay, because of what I deal on a day-to-day in my coaching life. Another tool that teaches me in my life skill, okay, it is expected if you are in the academe that you need to be a researcher, okay. As long as my specialization is concerned, it taught me focus in my passion about sports, okay. Because of my passion sports, of course, the specialization and the focus of my research something to do with sports. So these are some international presentations from different country in Bali, Indonesia, and Japan. Okay, so it really helps me, okay, to develop my curiosity as a researcher. Okay, because my background as an athlete and my degree in sports science, it brings an advantage as a researcher. Okay, because as a researcher, you need to have that curiosity, right? And it's a powerful tool in life to extend your thoughts and imaginations. Okay, especially how we integrate science into sports, like biomechanics, exercise physiology, and so on. Okay. At a young age, I was already exposed with pressures, especially when we compete in sports, right? With this situation, it helps shape my personality in general to be at my very best and confident with my ability. So this helps me to gain my confidence and have a strong mentality on how I presented in front of different people from regional to even international presentations. It builds my confidence in my ability to share my knowledge, my expertise to the people, especially about sports science.
Hi Sir Darwin, paano magagamit ang mga natutunang life skills ngayong panahong pandemic?
With this confidence and strong mentality, actually, our life relates in this time of pandemic because we face lots of uncertainties. For some, just a simple food for the table, okay, is a challenge. But this what life is all about, right? We need to adapt with the new normal and stay optimistic in these trying times. At the end of the day, I believe Filipino are very resourceful in every way. Even job is at stake, our health of our family is at stake. Okay, our mentality is getting tough and tougher, and also the confidence grows as we overcome these times of pandemic. Thank you for inviting me in this episode, and may I leave this quote from Billie Jean King. That's it. Mabuhay po tayong lahat, and God bless.
Now, we have a guest all the way from Tarlac to share with us her perspectives in sports, including her personal experiences in engaging in sports. Assistant Professor for Lumna Trinidad Aquino is the chairperson of the BPE at the Tarlac State University. She was a lawn tennis player during her young days and also served as coach for individual and team sports.
Hello, Professor Luma. This is Giselle. How essential is sports to life?
Sports have been an excellent way to get started in promoting a healthy lifestyle that includes physical and mental activities. Perhaps others might think that it is just about wasting of time, tedious on daily schedule, but this isn't about squandering time. It's about dedicating yourself into something worthwhile and relevant. According to the World Health Organization, regular participation in appropriate physical and sports provides a wide range of physical, social, and mental health benefits. As it is given, life is a big challenge for each and every one of us. We must be flexible and dauntless enough to face such phases of life. Several studies reveal that participating in sports, whether school-based or recreational, reduces the likelihood of sadness, stress, and anxiety, lowering the risk of developing mental illness. Playing sports increases your chances of being more focused, gaining self-confidence, sharpening your thinking, overcoming social anxiety, and even developing leadership qualities. Hence, sports have the ability to help us with certain circumstances. Isn't that a proof that sports is also a learning tool to life skill? Trained skills aren't just skills alone. At the end of the day, they could be an instrument to open doors of opportunities, whether for the present moments or for the near future. They are more like an investment. They have the ability that it can also be filled. And so trained skills are able to manifest, and that's where sports is being recognized as a learning tool to life skills. The benefits of sports is truly vastly wide. It is amazingly disseminated in different areas of life. Being involved in sports will continuously teach us a person to be disciplined, determined, and resilient. It develops characteristics where being etiquette, analytical, and critical is being occurred. Moreover, strategic thinking and leadership skills are also the biggest bonus in engaging yourself to sports. Physical benefits of sports also has a connection in psychological development, especially if it is started in a young age. It will really build betterment for one's life. This is where physical and mental health is getting cultivated. Learning athletic skills is also learning life skills.
Hello, Kroplumna. My name is Malu from Taguig City. I would like to ask, can you share some personal experiences proving that sports is truly a rewarding activity? Thank you.
Let me share some personal experiences engaging in sports. Our family is a homegrown, developed, sports-oriented, and education-driven. We grew up in a university compound that allowed everyone to be physically and socially upright. Through sports, we were slowly developing the confidence as we growing in a very healthy and conducive environment. We are 5 in the family and all are engaged in sports, which eventually resulted to a rewarding endeavor. My 2 brothers play basketball and volleyball until they were outstanding athletes and eventually became coaches and trainers. I was under the nurturing skills of father and eldest brother. My second older brother was playing lawn tennis and badminton. He too supported younger kids in the community, which resulted to competitive results from local, provincial, and regional athletic meets. In my case, I was honed at an early age in sports. I learned gymnastics during my early elementary grades, volleyball and basketball, lawn tennis and badminton. I was the first to learn the setting skills of an elective spike by my teammates. I became all-around person to do this from high school to college that led to winning local and national sports events. We were enjoined to participate to have a balanced academic life. Through sports, we were developed the discipline and rigors of balanced lifestyle. This resulted for our family to establish our family-round sports development and education program for kids. Our Frames development program is named after my parents, Francisco and Stella Aquino. Both were advocates of education and sports in La Trinidad Benguet. The Cordillera region. Established 2000, our program became a household name, especially for kids after their schooling. We do our sports program in a holistic manner. Every summer for kids to develop the skills in sports and socialization. We have operated our Kiko Summer Sports Program to include football, arts and culture, educational development for more than 20 years now. we stopped operation due to COVID-19 pandemic. Our investment resulted for kids to maintain their physical and mental development through a balanced lifestyle. Based on this, we have created a community of interest and practice through sports. In closing, sports create and develop individuals the discipline of life skills to address the challenges of everyday experiences. It makes people totally engaged into an exciting and balancing life. I suggest that start to play and work out to train yourself in order to achieve your healthiest state. Simply engage in the process, trust your mind and body, and it will amaze you with what it could do to your body and self as a whole. You are mentally and physically stronger than you might think. Gains will eventually make a positive impact in your life and can change and influence a more and balanced and positive life in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Lumna, for those valuable learning in sports. Our last guest is the MAPI area team leader of Sienna College, Quezon City. She is the coach of 18 under girls volleyball team and the best coach of Quezon City Athletic Association Season 11. Take it away, Miss Annie Daphne Alivio Baisa.
To start, we are going to talk about the role of sports in learning life skill, or sport as a tool for learning life skill. But before we proceed, let me ask you some questions. How do you communicate with people? Do you trust your gut when you make decisions, or you just do the right thing? And how do you deal with the demands of life? Communication, making decisions, and coping are just examples of life skill that we do in every day. What is life skill all about? So let's have an overview of what life skill is. According to the World Health Organization, life skill refers to your ability to adopt a positive behavior that enables or that makes individual to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. So life skill also refers to the skills that you need to make the most of your life. And according to UNICEF, life skill is about behavior change or behavior development and the approach designed to address a balance of three areas: the knowledge, the attitude, and skills. And in addition, life skill also refers to any skill that is useful in your life. It could be considered a skill as well, like for example, driving, cooking, even mechanical works. And if you are familiar with this, we call manipulative skills. That manipulative skills is associated with sports that refers to the use of hand and object, like throwing, throwing, catching, or even kicking. Okay? So that's also a manipulative skill that could be considered as a life skill as well. But in a broader concept, life skill is any skill needed to deal well and effectively with the challenges of life. So how do we deal with life? How do we meet the demands in life? Okay, so we have 10 core life skills. Ito yung mga life skills na kadalasan na encounter or nagagamit natin for our daily lives. So let's see what are these core life skills. Number one is we have this problem-solving skills. So it refers to when you are in a situation that needs action. How do you solve problems? How do you deal with it? Next, we have this decision-making skills. How do you make decisions? Like I asked earlier, do you trust your gut or do you just do the right thing in making decisions? And then we have the creative thinking and critical thinking. So this creative thinking and critical thinking, this could be taught in basic education, like for example, the algebra class. So many students are scared or afraid to solve this kind of problems, or parang hindi nila kasi naiintindihan minsan ano daw ba yung essence ng pag-aaral nitong algebra. So hindi ang objective lang naman kasi talaga nun is para ma-practice yung ating critical thinking skills at saka yung ating logical reasoning. na pwede makapag-prepare sa atin in the future. Okay, and then number 5, we have this self-awareness skills. So, how well do you know yourself? Do you have a conscious knowledge on your traits, on your behavior, and even your attitude? The next, we have the empathy. It refers to, or it means putting yourself into the shoes or in the situation of others. Ano kaya yung feeling na maging ganito ka? Nilalagay mo yung sarili mo sa sitwasyon ng iba. Okay, so that's what empathy is all about. And then we have this interpersonal relationship and good communication. So, how do you communicate with people? Paano ka makipag-usap? Paano ka nakakapag-deliver ng message sa mga taong gusto mong makausap? Are you confident, or are you a good speaker, or are you a good listener as well? Management of stress. So, we have different coping mechanisms. We relax, or how do we deal with stress, or how do we manage our stress? And then lastly, we have the management of emotion. So, if you have a self-awareness, therefore, you are able to manage your emotions. Kasi diba sabi natin, yung self-awareness is you have a conscious knowledge about your attitude, your behavior, and even your skill. Right? So there, it's just a little background about life skills. And we proceed now with the role of sports as a powerful instrument to learning life skill. So how can sport influence a person? Okay, so we grew up in different forms of environment, and these factors like the family, our school, the society, and all the people that we get along with can greatly influence our or affect our knowledge, our attitude, and even our skills. For example, I grew up in an environment that loves to play sports. So there is a tendency that I can adopt that attitude. Pwede akong maging sports-minded din. Pwede akong mag-join dun sa mga paborito kong sport kasi na-adapt ko sa environment na yun. Okay, so how can sport be a powerful instrument in learning life skill? And what sport teaches us? Okay, so paano siya naging powerful instrument para matuto tayo ng mga life skill? Ano ang role ng sport sa ating mga buhay? Okay, so athletes started with a dream when they were young. And in that scenario, you are already starting a vision. You are already starting a vision that can lead you to a right direction, which is also a skill. Skill na rin kasi yung pagpa-planning mo. You are seeing yourself in the future. You are having a vision. You're dreaming. Okay? So that's a life skill. So with the athletes, they're seeing themselves in the future. Ano ba yung kanilang mga dream after they finish their playing career as an athlete. And while creating that vision, there are so many things happening in the life of a student athlete, like juggling with priorities, yung mga school works nila, unahin like yung family, sa social life nila, and even making ends meet. No? Especially kung you are away from your family, tapos nakalitira ka sa dorm, and meron ka lang specific budget para pagkasyahin mo sa isang linggo. So making ends meet. And how do you handle those pressure? Anong uunahin mo? Okay? And then, like these life skills are being practiced in times of adversities. And remember that management of stress is one of the core life skills. And your ability to bounce back is being tested. So maraming natuturo ang sports natin. Paano natin maa-apply siya in real life scenario? Right? And then they say that sport does not build character, they reveal it. Again, sports does not build character, but they reveal it. But let's accept the fact that sports, in a way, can build a character too. There are innate behaviors o yung mga natural na mga behavior natin na that can be displayed in playing sport. But however, most players adopt behaviors that they learned in sport. Mga na-apply nila in their real life. And according to the British Universities and Colleges Sport, there are positive attributes that can be developed in sports, such as the following: the teamwork, the leadership, time management, competition and sportsmanship, handling pressures, management and responsibility, and commitment. So it's clearly that sport it's more than just training your body for a competition, but it also prepares you for life. Okay? So let's add more values and positive attributes that we can get and learn from sports. So let's have the first one, the value of patience, or the characteristic, or the virtue of patience. It's a virtue, patience. So being patient is your willingness to suppress restlessness when confronted by a delay. Dito, when you are an athlete or when you are a player, matetest ang iyong patient. Like for example, yung coach mo hindi ka sinama sa lineup, yung starting player hindi ka dinaano. So ikaw gustong-gusto mo nang maglaro, and then yung patience mo ay umiikli, but you need to be patient in playing sport. Okay, so in addition, self-control makes you better and help you to make right decision at the right moment. Okay, remember that, ha? You have to make the right decision at the right moment. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a picture. He is Bo Jackson. He is a professional baseball and NFL athlete. So according to him, sabi niya, baseball and football are very different games. In a way, both of them are easy. Baseball is easy if you've got patience, and football is easy if you understand patience. So he stated, or according to him, na you have to be patient in all aspects, in sport in particularly, because in order for you to understand the sport itself, you have to be patient. Right? So again, paano natin i-relate ang patience sa real life situation? You have to wait for the right time to take action. So kapag marunong kang maghintay, dadating ang right timing. Right? And then next is the mental toughness. Mental toughness is the key characteristic that an athlete must have. Kasi kapag ang isang athlete ay mentally tough, the rest will follow. You become patient, you have a teamwork, and even leadership. So it's about mental toughness. It's about coping with the demands in sport, whether it is physical or mental stress. Okay? So you are coping with the demands in sports. And also, it's about staying determined, staying focused, staying confident, performing under pressure, okay? And then managing physical and emotional pain. So sometimes we see sports or athletes na even though they are in pain, they still continue to play the game or to finish the game. No? So they maintain their composure, hindi nila pinapahalata na may injury sila, may paano sila, o kaya pagod na sila kasi they have this will, they are mentally tough. So in short, pag sinabi nating mental toughness is paano ka lalaban. Okay? So fight lang. Keep on fighting. Mapa-sportsman yan or mapa-real life. So ito yung tinuturo sa atin ng sport, to be mentally tough. Okay? And then next, we have the teamwork. No? So sabi nila, teamwork makes the dream work, which is true. No? Teamwork makes the dream work. And of course, teamwork can be developed by being part of a team. Kaya nga siya tinawag na teamwork kasi you are working with the team. And also, in teamwork, communication takes place. Kasi pag walang communication, walang teamwork. And you have to know your role in a team. So, kung anong inassign sa'yo ng coach mo, o kaya kahit sa real life situation, sinabi sa'yo ng boss mo, o kaya ng iyong superior, ano ba yung mo, ano ba ang iyong role, ano ba yung duty mo and responsibility mo. And also in teamwork, it teaches us to be responsible and accountable in all our actions. But outside sports, of course, you have to work with others. It is essential. Working with others is essential because it makes you accomplish your task easily. Kasi mas, di ba sabi nila, two heads are better than one. Kapag mag-isa ka lang, then that's good if you accomplish your work alone, but with the team around you or with the other people around you, mas maganda ang magiging output niyo or magiging outcome ng inyong trabaho. And the next, we have focus on mind. Sports teaches us to have focus. Yeah, so it refers to being in the zone. And it's all about concentration of skills and even mental imagery or imagining yourself in that scenario. Ano kaya mangyayari kapag halimbawang nag-hit ako ng bola, saan kaya magiging direction nito? And you have to identify your distraction and setting your mind. So if we're going to relate this in real life, you have a vision or you have a clear goal for your future. So nabanggit din natin kanina yung about identifying your distraction. So kung sa in real life, ma-identify mo yung mga distraction mo in achieving your goal, then you will do better. Parang you find ways para mas ma-achieve mo yun. So, ayun yung tinuturo din sa atin ng sports. Paano tayo magpo-focus? Effective communication. So, this effective communication, it plays an important role also in team sports. Like mentioned earlier, kung walang communication, di ba walang teamwork? So, dito tayo sa effective communication. If you can communicate with people, you can deliver your message clearly. So, as you can see, dito sa ating picture, mga volleyball players, they are making hand signals para makapag-communicate sila. Hindi kasi nila pwedeng isigaw yung kanilang defense strategy or offensive strategy kasi baka mag-iba yung yung play. So, they're making hand signals. That's one of the communication in sport. And in real life, of course, kailangan mong makipag-communicate sa other people para ma-deliver mo ang iyong message ng malinaw. You can deliver your message clearly to approach the person, talk to them, and make ways for communication. Next, we have the paying attention to details. So, oftentimes, nakakamiss tayo ng mga details. May mga simpleng bagay. For example, your coach instructed you to take guard or notice or parang aralin mo yung galaw ng kalaban natin kasi it could be an advantage for us, for our team. And because you're not paying attention, hindi mo na hindi nakalimutan mong gawin yung bagay na yun. And naisahan ka nila or mas nagkaroon ng advantage yung opponent because you were not paying attention to the details. So the question here is, are you paying attention to attention? Yeah. So in real life, if you do not pay attention to details, something wrong might happen. So you have to look closely to details. Ano ba yung sinasabi natin dito na in real life na if you do not pay attention to detail, baka may mangyaring hindi maganda. For example, an architect is planning a house, to build a house. And then because he or she missed a detail, pwedeng yung bahay na yun ay masira. No? So again, we have to look closely to details. At isa yun sa mga tinuturo ng sport sa atin. And then next is the determination. Hindi lang to sa sport but also in real life. It refers to your will to win or your will to win in life, will for to achieve your goal. It requires effort, your dedication, and even hard work. So in everything we do, we make effort. So lahat ng bagay na ginagawa natin ay effort because of our determination. Okay, and then we have the better social skills. So hindi lang din pala mga physical at saka mga emotional aspect ang nai-improve or nagmamanifest sa sport. But also we can have a better social skills. So in better social skills, if you're a player or an athlete, you meet a lot of people in sports competition. So you meet other players, meet other coaches, etc. But in real life situation, you have to be sociable to connect. Parang yung sa teamwork lang din yan, na mas maganda yung mas marami kang connection, and then mas mahuhone or mai-improve pang iyong mga social skills. You became confident as well. Okay? So there you have it. I hope you learned that sport is a very powerful tool to learn life skills. Thank you and have a good day.
So, yung sports is not just a playground or pampalipas ng oras ng isang student, but is a responsibility and task na dapat namin ma-meet kasi may mga expectation rin while doing this sport. So, madaming mapagdadaanan yung isang student athlete while doing this kind of thing. So, nandito na rin yung working under pressure, receiving criticism through your coach and your teammate. So, nandito na rin yung may matatalo ka sa game, kaya masusubukan yung emotional and mental states mo. So, madami kang matutunan sa sports, kaya sabi ko kasi nga madami kang mapagdadaanan. Pero, it is memorable experience to all student athletes kasi nga may mga matutunan kayo na hindi mo matutunan to ACADS. So, matutunan mo siya through the experience while doing this kind of thing. So, ayun ang masasabi ko kasi it helps to focus build the discipline and attitude of the student.
Hi everyone, my name is April and I'm here to share with you some of the life skills I've learned as an athlete. So, I started playing when I was in high school. I'm playing volleyball until my university days. Until now, I play occasionally since I'm already working. What I can say is that when you put your heart into sports, the skills and values that you learn are easily carried out with whatever you do in life. I think it happens naturally, especially when you start out young. On a personal experience, the longer you start as an athlete, the deeper these values will sink in. So there will be commitment, there's integrity, and of course, there are many more skills that you personally will learn. And whatever you do in life, wherever you are, if you have the heart of an athlete, I am sure that whatever you do, you'll give it 100% of your effort. So thank you everyone, and please keep safe.
Time is up for this week's episode of Rise Up, Shape Up. Rise Up, Shape Up is a public service show brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission Women in Sports. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels. We are still accepting entries for Sumbarangay Pilipinas Solo Exercise on Com Challenge. Send your entries and win cash prizes. Again, this is Teacher Arlene, your host. Have a marvelous day, everyone.
Rise up and